Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling something that's kind of crucial for anyone looking to land a job as a textile machine operator, acing that interview.
And we're going deep on this one, folks. We've got RoleCatcher's career guide, their interview guide, and a peek into their platform.
Our mission, to give you the ultimate prep kit. Now, before we jump into the interview hot seat, let's set the scene a little. The career guide actually does a great job of this. You're not just operating a machine, right? It's bigger than that.
It really is. You're managing these intricate machines, making sure they pump out top-tier textiles. It's all about precision, quality, and knowing the ins and outs of the process.
Okay, so speaking of knowing the ins and outs, RoleCatcher's interview guide, that's our playbook for today, and they kick things off with a classic. Can you tell us about your experience operating textile machinery? Seems simple enough, but how do we make it stand out?
Well, you want to go beyond just, listing machines. Think about those aha moments, like maybe a specific type of machine you mastered or even a tough situation you navigated.
Right. Like, oh, remember that time the tension went haywire and I saved the entire batch? Yeah, that was me. They eat that stuff up.
Exactly. They want to see you can handle the pressure. Speaking of pressure, there's this other question in RoleCatcher's guide. What were some of the challenges you faced while operating this machinery, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so this is where we crank up those problem-solving skills. Give them a specific example, something with details, and then boom, hit them with that positive outcome.
It's all about showing them how you think on your feet. Now, another one they love to throw out there is, how do you ensure the quality of the textiles you produce? And this is where you bring in those, what were they called?
SOPs, you mean like those standard operating procedures, right?
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
It shows you understand there's a system for maintaining that high standard of quality.
And any specific tools or techniques you're comfortable with, lay it on them. Like, I'm not just checking the fabric, I'm on a mission to find any imperfections.
I like that. Okay, now, switching gears to something that's huge E in this role. How do you prioritize your workload when operating multiple machines?
Ah, yes, the multitasking tango. You got to show them you can handle the heat, right? Think back to a time you were juggling multiple things at once. What kept you sane? Or at least somewhat organized?
Maybe a mental checklist, a way of tracking those maintenance schedules. Those little details can make a big difference.
And don't be afraid to get specific. Paint that picture for them. All right, ready for a curveball. How do you troubleshoot common machinery issues?
They're testing that technical know-how. So think about those common culprits. Thread jams, tension issues, the usual suspects.
Yeah, walk them through your process. How do you diagnose the problem? What's your go-to solution?
Exactly. Now, this next one is where it gets interesting. Can you give me an example of a time you identified a machinery issue that wasn't immediately obvious?
Ooh, sneaky. So we're talking about those times when you had to really listen to the machine, right? Like almost develop a sixth sense for when something's off.
Exactly. Did you pick up on a subtle change in the fabric or maybe even just the sound of the machine? Those stories show them you're not just an operator, you're a problem solver.
It's like you're a textile detective, sniffing out those hidden clues.
Love it. All right, let's shift gears a bit. How about this one? Can you tell us about a time when you had to adapt to changing production needs? Gets you thinking, huh?
Oh, for sure. Because flexibility is key in this game.
Absolutely. Think about a time when maybe you had to deal with a rush order or the fabric specs changed last minute. How did you handle it?
Or even if they brought in a whole new machine. You got to be ready to roll with the punches.
Exactly. It's all about showing them you're adaptable and can stay productive, even when things get a little crazy.
Well, let's be real. Gets a little crazy sometimes, right? Speaking of crazy, how about this question? Can you tell us about your experience with different types of fabrics? This is where you can really geek out a little.
Right. Like I'm sure you've got your favorite fabrics to work with. Everyone does.
Oh, yeah, totally. It depends on the texture, how it drapes, all that good stuff.
And they want to know that you understand how to adjust your approach based on the fabric.
Totally. Okay, now time for a super important one. How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others when operating textile machinery?
Big one. You absolutely want to emphasize that you prioritize safety, right? So talk about those safety protocols, any specific training you have, and of course, PPE, you got to mention the PPE.
Glasses, gloves, earplugs, the whole 9 yards. It shows them you're serious about safety.
For sure. Okay, last but not least, the dreaded career aspirations question. Something like, where do you see yourself in 5 years within our company?
Time to pull out that career crystal ball.
Right. But keep it real, okay? Have you thought about maybe specializing in a certain type of machine or taking on more leadership.
The career guide actually mentioned some operators who have moved into quality assurance or even product development, so there's definitely room to grow.
Exactly. Show them that you're invested in your future with the company. Okay, so we've covered a ton of interview questions, but before we send you off into the interview abyss, let's talk about something that can give you a serious leg up.
Oh, you mean RoleCatcher? Because they're not just about interview questions, are they?
Not even close. Their AI features are where it's at. We're talking next level career support here.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Break it down for me.
So imagine this. Their platform analyzes job descriptions, like really dissects them. Then it highlights the exact skills and experience that employer is looking for. It's like having a personal recruiter whispering in your ear, hey, make sure you emphasize this on your resume.
Okay, that's smart. I see where you're going with this.
And you know how we talked about tailoring your answers to each question? Well, RoleCatcher does that for your resume too.
Wait, really? How do they swing that?
Their AI actually spots any gaps between your resume and what the job needs, and then, get this, it suggests ways to improve it.
No way! So it's like having a resume expert on call, 24/7. What else can it do?
Okay, get ready for this. They have this AI-powered interview practice thing. It's a game changer. Imagine having a coach right there, analyzing your every move, body language, how you sound, even what you're saying.
Hold up, are you serious? It can tell how you're sitting through the camera.
Yep. You practice your answers, just like on a video call, and boom, personalized feedback. No more interview jitters.
That's insane. All right, I'm sold. But what if, say, after this deep dive, someone's like, actually, Fabric Quality Control Manager is more my jam. Can RoleCatcher help with that too?
100%. They've got a whole treasure trove of resources on careers, skills, industries, you name it.
So they've got your back no matter what path you choose. Love that.
And here's the kicker. They've got a free version. You can check out tons of their tools, including the CV resume builder and some basic interview prep stuff.
Well, there you have it, folks. We've explored those interview questions. We've even unlocked some AI secrets with RoleCatcher. But before we wrap up, I gotta say a lot of this comes down to you.
You got it. That confidence, that drive, that's what'll really make you shine.
And remember, it's a two-way street. You're interviewing them too. Make sure it's the right fit for you.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Be yourself, you know. They want to see the real you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Ah.
Now, last thing, take a second, close your eyes. Picture yourself killing it in the textile world. What's your vision?
Are you a machine whisperer, a team leader, or maybe you're out there designing the next generation of fabrics?
Hold on to that vision as you walk into that interview room.
And remember, you've got the skills, you've got the knowledge, you've got this.
And with a little help from RoleCatcher, you'll be weaving your own success story in no time. That's a wrap on our Textile Machine Operator Deep Dive. We hope you feel ready to tackle that interview head on. Go get 'em.